When I was finally diagnosed by a neurologist and he mentioned the word myasthenia gravis, I literally, as he now says to me, my mouth was open and I was like, one more time, because I have never heard those two words in my lifetime before. Hi, I'm Monica Seles, and this is my journey with myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis is a neurological autoimmune disorder. My myasthenia gravis symptoms were weakness in my legs. They can exhibit differently, so in each case, I had just weakness running after a tennis ball and things like that. And same with the vision, I would see two tennis balls. So this is where I noticed these symptoms. I decided to see my doctor. I had to see a couple of doctors before my diagnosis. I was very lucky that I had a doctor that diagnosed me with myasthenia gravis and really listened to my symptoms and looked at me as an individual and not just as a former athlete who, wanted to talk to me about tennis and different things. It was a huge relief for me. I learned to advocate for myself. I think a lot of times when we as females go to doctors, you kind of gotta advocate for yourself. Venus has been so inspiring to me with her story coming out, and her coming out was one of also the reasons that I said, okay, I've got to share my story, because I realized the awareness she was able to raise. Venus was one of my, if not the toughest competitor that I played, so do not look at my record against her. But again, it's just raising the awareness. So few people knew about my condition till I decided to come public with it. I wanted to make sure I was comfortable sharing it, because it's different sharing it with family and a few of your friends, but sharing it with the world and sharing it on a stage like, worldwide, it's a whole different type of a ball game, I guess, to say the least. Myasthenia gravis has impacted my daily life in different ways. I think any fellow MG patients know there's a lot of unknown how you're feeling on certain times of the day. Certain things affect you a lot more. I mean, in my case, obviously working full time, with the children that I enjoy doing the clinics, I had to, adjust. For me, the big word, I guess, with my myasthenia gravis journey is adjusting. That tennis ball, as I like to say it, it's always up in the air, and I'm not quite sure where it's going to bounce. But one thing I've learned is to adjust, have a very positive mental outlook on it, and surround myself with my fellow MG community, and really have my family around who, offer my unconditional support. I feel great opening up about my myasthenia gravis journey. 30 years ago here at the US Open, I came back after my stabbing. So it was kind of like a reset in my life. And I look 30 years later, it's a reset for me for the first time really talking about myasthenia gravis, how it has affected my life and how I'm learning to navigate it. And tennis has given me so much, truly has given me an amazing platform. And now if I can use it in a positive way, and my fellow MG patients, as I say, we're in this together, I got you, we're gonna raise so much awareness about MG and, and all the great tools out there, and just to know that you're not alone. So far, my understanding as a layman, tennis player, former tennis player, that it is manageable. And for me, that's kind of the goal. And as I said, every day is a new day. I've learned my new normal and kind of balancing that act. And I'm very lucky that my family and friends also know the new normal. If there's certain things that I'm not able to that day, it's not because I don't want to do them. It's just, it is what it is. Obviously what the disease is, but there's a terrific website, mg-united.com, which has different tools on it that you can navigate through and see if any of the symptoms you have. Essentially, there's a community out there. For me, I felt very isolated because it's a tough thing to say, well, I'm having a hard time doing certain things today. That to me seemed absolutely normal. Didn't even give it a second thought. And suddenly I'm unable to do them. Also for family members or friends, when you're not able to do certain things that beforehand you're able to do, for them to get educated and understand. Definitely for me, making this new adjustment with being diagnosed with myasthenia gravis has been a challenge, but I always was a believer in training the mind, like how, you train the body. So I've meditated for a very big part of my life, try to take good care overall, of that mindset, staying positive, engage with fellow MG patients has tremendously helped me because tennis is such an individual sport. So for me, it took a little bit of, time to engage and really feel comfortable sharing my journey and my experience with MG, and then listen to fellow patients about their journey, what helps them, and their experiences. So I think this whole community, I can't emphasize enough how important it is.